Welcome to episode 9 of the Crochet with Kaye podcast. I post every Monday and talk about all things crochet, yarn, and more. My name is Kahila or Kaye. I'm a crochet artist and designer. You can find me on Instagram at KAHILAHHH for any updates on yarn and my channel. Now, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, saying that in one breath, I didn't say it in one breath, but I just had to separate the way I was breathing. You know, that doesn't even make sense. But dude, I was trying to say it all in one breath. I was like, no, but I didn't want to take a deep breath because I like to at least have it be a little consistent, you know? Anyway, updates on me. You guys always know I like to start off with some updates, and you know that every time I look down, it's because of my show notes. So episode 9, one more episode until we hit 10 episodes, guys. That's crazy, okay? Anyway, updates. First update, I just dropped, what's today? Yeah, I just dropped a new video today. It's not gonna be today for you guys, but it's today for me. So cool, right? So I just dropped a video and it's about, finally, about the sweater that I've been working on. I've been telling you guys about, the one where I was using the knit stitch. Yeah, so I finally finished that, as I told you guys last week, and I posted that video, and I also dropped a pattern. So if you guys would like to recreate that sweater, I have the pattern linked down below. It's on copydolls.com, where I post all of my patterns with my sisters. So if you'd like to check that out, link is down below for you guys. Whew. Felt so great writing that pattern. Oh my gosh, okay. Second, I'm filming this way earlier than usual because... Is that for me? No? Okay. I'm filming this earlier because I'm going on a trip with my sisters and my mom in a day. It's 2 days, but I'm just gonna say a day, you know? It's a day, 2 days, and on a day I usually film, I'm gonna be out of town, so I'm dang, I have to film earlier, which means I don't have that full week of gathering all the information that I need, so this podcast might be shorter, and I say that a lot, but I really think this one might be shorter. We shall see. We shall see, okay? So I'm very excited for that trip, though. I'm gonna be vlogging and everything, so be on the lookout for that vlog. And I know I always say if you guys hear anything, ignore it. And sometimes, well, for the most part, you guys usually don't hear it, but I feel like this beeping sound of some type of vehicle reversing is really loud. So if you guys hear that, please ignore it. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, next. Guys, I bought more yarn. Okay, did I tell you guys last week that I bought more yarn? I don't know, but I bought more yarn, okay? It's for a project that it's for a video that I'm going to be posting in September, the beginning of September, and it's a project. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you guys that just yet, but I bought more yarn for that. It should have came in today, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But I bought more yarn. I not only bought more yarn for that project, I bought more yarn in general for a project I have no idea what I'm going to make with yet. What? Yarn for a project that I don't know. I don't know how to say that sentence. So I bought more yarn. I don't know what project I'm going to make yet with that yarn. But I'll get more into that later because I answer it in a question that's asked. So you guys know I have my crochet and Q&A. So someone asked a question that correlates with what I was about to tell you guys. So I'm not going to tell you guys right now the yarn that I bought and a reasoning, but I'll tell you guys later, okay? Yeah. So last one, as you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm about to be a published author, and my book Souls, which is a new adult paranormal action and adventure story, is up for pre-order right now. Release date is September 2nd. So if you want to pre-order it, you can pre-order it in ebook, paperback, and hardcover forms. And you can also get a signed copy from my website that I just posted. Just went live, you know, all of those words. But yeah, you can now get a signed copy where I sign the book and you get it. So if you want, all of those links are down below for you guys. All right, now let's just get right into it. I'm like building up a lot of saliva from talking, okay? You know, it happens. All right, so number one, whips. All right. Whew, I have so many whips, you guys, okay? First of all, I'm not working on many whips, but I do have a lot of whips planned. So first I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm working on, and then I will talk to you guys about what I will be working on during this trip that I'm about to take and for the rest of August. Okay, so first, I'm currently working on this right here, which I'll be crocheting later for the crochet Q&A. This is the front panel of the unicorn sweater that I'm making, and I'm also making a pattern for it. I'm using the Petite Wool by We Are Knitters in their Yarnicorn, and it is 100% wool. So here's the front panel. I finished the back panel and the sleeves already, and I'm hoping to finish this front panel by tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Yeah, I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow, so fingers crossed that I can get that done. I'm on row, I think I saw that I was on row 10, but I can literally just count. Yeah, I'm on row 10, and I'll be crocheting this, like I said, later when I answer some questions. That is the first whip. I really want to get this done by tomorrow because I just want to edit the video and have it scheduled for when I am out of town, because when I'm out of town, I'm not going to be able to, I could edit while I'm out of town and stuff like that and post videos, but I'm not going to do that. I like to do stuff ahead of time, so I hope I can get it done so I can edit it and schedule that video, just like I have to edit and schedule this video. And yeah, so fingers crossed. But I will be documenting it as usual. I usually document most of my whips just because every project is different and I have a different experience with it. And especially if I'm creating a pattern for the project, I love creating a video with it, you know, so you can see my progress, and also it's a good way to promote my pattern. All right, so that's the first one I'm working on. And the second, I've been talking about this whip for so long, but this whip right here, where I'm using this yarn that's alpaca, wool, and nylon with Knitting for Olive mohair, I am creating a one shoulder strap top. I still don't know how to say that. One strap shoulder strap top. I don't know. But this is the, what is this? I think this is the only thing I have done. So I think this will probably be, well, the front and the back panel will be the same. So this is the front or back panel. I'm not sure which one it is, but yeah, this is what it's looking like. I haven't worked on it in so long. It seems like it's probably been like at most 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks since I've actually worked on this whip, but that's because I'm trying to get this Yarnicorn one done. And yeah, so this, you guys will also see me documenting my journey with this whip, and I'll be working on this whip when I am out of town because the video for this top needs to be out when I get back. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna finish it when I'm out of town. So yeah, these are one of the whips I'm bringing on a trip with me. What the heck did I just say? These are one of the whips. This is one of the whips. Why am I blanking? I'll be bringing this whip with me on the trip. Oh my gosh. I cannot English today. All right. Those are the two whips that I am like working on. You know, I'm saying working on like this because I'm technically not working on that one, but I was working on it. So I decided to show you guys, and let's move on to the whips that I am not currently working on, but I will be working on this week during the trip. So, oh my gosh, you guys. First, I told you guys about this, but I didn't tell you why I was doing this. I told you guys I was, oh, excuse me. I told you guys I was making, or I'm going to be trying to make a dress for September. It's going to be for my birthday, okay? My birthday is September 12th, and I was just like, let me make myself something. And I was like, let me just make a dress, okay? Like, and the reason why I'm making that one shoulder strap top is because I want to make like a one shoulder strap dress, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that. So I'm going to practice with that shirt and then take those measurements basically and apply it to my dress to make it easier for me. So that's another project that I'll be taking with me on my trip. And I have my yarn already. I showed you guys in a video already. I showed you what the yarn is. And yeah, so birthday dress, I'm going to be working on that. Next, I'm going to be working on the first sweater in my pattern collection, which is, I was about to tell you guys the name. No, not yet, okay? But it's my first sweater in my pattern collection, and yeah, am I going to be bringing that with me? I'm going to be bringing a birthday dress, that one, and no, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be bringing this one with me on the trip, but I will be working on it this month and next month because I need it to be out by the end of next month. Yeah, and I'll be talking more about it later with you guys, and I'll also be filming it. So yeah, that's a sweater, that's whip that I'm going to be working on. And the last one is my sweater with the yarn that didn't come in yet. I just got yarn all over my mouth. Anyway, my lips. It's been a week and a day, and it's knitting for olive yarn, and it usually takes a week to get here. So it's only been a day over like the normal time, but I am not patient when it comes to me getting my yarn, and I've been outside every day just waiting for my yarn to come in because I really want this yarn, like and I really need to start working on this project because I need it done before the end of the month, basically. Or I need it done by the end of the month. And I know it's just the beginning of the month, but I have so many whips that I'm working on that I need to work on this. And yeah. So those are my whips. I have more whips that will be coming up, but I'm just not going to discuss it right now because my brain will literally explode because just so many whips. Okay, I don't know how I'm doing all of this, but I'm doing it. So yeah, all right. Let's move on to the second thing I want to talk about today. I want to talk about patterns, okay? So I've been getting a lot of questions about patterns, and I just wanted to sit down and talk about it because I don't think I've ever really talked about like how I do my patterns, and yeah. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff. Lots of people, okay. Well, yeah, they've been asking me how I write my patterns and like how to write patterns in general. So let me talk about how I write my patterns. So my patterns are like stitch count based, but I also put in how you can make it to your size, you know? So I'll give you the stitch count, like I'll give you everything that I did for, let's just say a sweater that I made. I'll give you all of the stitch counts that I did to create that sweater. But I also tell you, like, if I give a specific stitch count for the ribbing, I tell you how to make it longer or how to make it shorter if you want it shorter. And same with panels, I tell you how, if you want to get the panel longer or wider. And yeah, so it's like, yes, it's stitch count based, but also you can create the pattern. You can create the sweater, the creation to your size, which helps me also because even though like I want my patterns to be measurement based, but I also need stitch count because my brain needs both. I need measurement and stitch count, and to me this helps me the best, so that's how I write my patterns. So it's like measurement, but it's not, because I give you stitch count, but also I give you instructions on how to create it for yourself. So anyone can buy my patterns and do it themselves. Yeah, like if I have I don't usually make any small, medium, whatever. I always make like oversized stuff unless it's like a crop top or something. But let's just say I made a true to size sweater. If you wanted it to be a little oversized, you would know how to do that with buying my pattern. Yeah, it's the best way I can explain it. So yeah. And let's see. I wanted to tell you guys, that's how I write my patterns, but my sisters, they do like strictly measurement based, so they don't have any stitch counts or anything in their patterns. Kalila, Malika, Copy Kaye, Mr. Bobbin, they don't have any stitch counts because they can just operate with measurements. My brain does not do that. But they do it like strictly measurements, and they give you their measurements that they use. So it's kind of like me, like I give you my stitch counts that I use. They give you their measurements that they use, but they also tell you how you can create it to your size. You know, they give you like their measurements and then like how to measure yourself to get your measurements. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so if you want strictly measurement based patterns, you can get their patterns. If you want something that's stitch count and kind of measurements without actual measurements, because to me, if I hold my yarn up against me and let's just say my ribbing. Okay, so the way I measure myself with my yarn. Okay, if I do a measurement based pattern, then I use my tape measure. How do you tape measure? Whatever. Okay. I use the tape, but usually I just take my yarn and I just, do a bunch of rows of ribbing, and then I'll just hold it against my body. Let's just like this, and let's just pretend this is my waist. Okay. So I hold it against my body like this, and I'm like, okay, this looks like it fits me. And then boom. So if I give you specific stitch count for ribbing and you see that this doesn't fit around your waist and you want it wider, I tell you to just add more rows. Or if you want it to be like smaller, then you just take away some rows, and then it's kind of like you're measuring yourself and figuring out what works for you. So yeah. But if you want to use your little tape measure and figure out your own measurements so that you can know, then you can purchase their patterns. My patterns, like I said, stitch count. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions, even though I did talk a lot and use a lot of words to explain all of this, but that's just how I explain things. And yeah. Also, Kalila, more Copy Kaye, she came out with a video on how to create your own patterns, and it's based on creating it using measurement based, which is like the most inclusive you can get with patterns, basically. So if you want to learn, I'll link that video down below for you guys so you can learn how to create your own patterns. And then she also has the pattern template that I use it as well, but she put the pattern template that she uses, and she also put a fake pattern so that you can see how to write a pattern, like how to use the abbreviations that we use while writing a pattern and everything. She puts like all of that information and has the documents for you guys to download and everything so that you can possibly write your own pattern. And even if you don't want to write your pattern, you can just have knowledge on how to write a pattern in case you want to write it for the future. All right, so I hope that answers, like I said, all of your questions about patterns. If it doesn't, just leave me questions down below. I love answering questions. As you can tell, I love talking, so that's not a problem at all for me. Go ahead and leave all your questions about it, jeez, or about anything if you want to ask me about anything else. Okay, so next, I was supposed to talk about new yarn. Okay, I mean, I guess I can still talk about new yarn, but I don't have any new yarn because my new yarn was supposed to come in today, Okay, it doesn't say it was supposed to come in today because it's from overseas, so I don't get tracking. I mean, I get to tracking when it's like, okay, we got your order. Okay, we're sending your order to the US. Okay, your order made it to the US. I don't get like the specific tracking, like when my package is gonna come in until I get it. Like, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna get it. I'm just assuming since every other time it has taken like a week. I'm like, okay, so it's been a week. I should expect my yarn now. But my yarn isn't here and I'm very sad. And it was my yarn for a project that I needed to work on while I was out of town. But alternative, oh my gosh, if I don't get my yarn like by tomorrow or the next day, because I'm leaving in 2 days in the morning. So if I don't get it by tomorrow, basically, I'm gonna bring another project because I'm bringing 3 projects. I'm bringing the one shoulder strap one. I'm bringing, what was that other one? Oh, the birthday dress one. And like I said, if this one doesn't come in, I'm gonna be bringing my mohair sweater. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this red mohair. Like I said in my last podcast episode, I told you guys about the mohair sweater that I'm gonna be making based on my sister's mohair sweater pattern. When I say mohair sweater, I mean a sweater with strictly mohair. Only mohair, okay? So I have this Drops Kid Silk mohair, which is this beautiful, beautiful red color, and yeah, I'm so excited because I've never worked with only lace weight yarn before, and I've never worked with a hook lower than a 4.5. I have a size 4 hook, but I haven't worked with it yet, which I will be working on it when I get this yarn. I'll tell you guys about that later. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be working with like a 2.5, 2.75 hook, and that's gonna be so weird. So if that yarn doesn't come in, I'll just work on this mohair sweater, and this is gonna be like a little side project that I'm still gonna be filming just because it's a mohair sweater. Like, I have to film that. I have to document my experience. Are you kidding? So I will not be mad if I have to bring this instead, but I would love to work on my other sweater. But if not, I'll work on this sweater. And as you guys know, I love sweaters, okay? Like sweaters, I can literally spend the rest of my crochet career making sweaters. And literally that's all I want to do anyway. So yeah, like I said, expect a lot of sweater patterns this fall and winter. I'm going to be sweatered out. Oh, are you kidding me? My sisters are going to be dropping sweater patterns. Like our website, copydolls.com, will be filled with sweater patterns. So excited. But yeah, that is the story about my yarn, and it's very sad for me. And yeah, it's just how it is, I guess. So that's it. Next is the crochet Q&A. So let me take out this whip and work on it while I answer some of your questions. Okay. So some of these questions came from last week when you guys asked me questions. You guys asked a lot of questions, so I had to like split it up. And so I put basically the rest here and some new questions that were asked recently. Not for a Q&A, but were asked, and I was just like, let me just add this here because some other people might have questions like that as well, so I might as well answer it, you know? All right, so I have my row counter that I cannot live without. I must have a row counter for every single project, and people, okay, well, I guess this can be a first question, but a lot of people have been asking, I didn't write this down, by the way, I just thought about it, but a lot of people were asking like, oh, why don't you use a digital row counter? And I'm just like, digital? Why? I want to get off my phone. I don't want to stay on my phone, okay? I am addicted to technology. I'm addicted to my phone. Yes, that is a thing. And if it's not a thing, I am making it a thing because I am addicted. I cannot live without my phone. That is a problem, okay? Even though I do business and stuff on my phone, that's why I got an iPad, so I can get off my phone and just conduct business with my iPad, at least most of it anyway. And I do not want a digital row counter. First of all, I will not remember to update that digital row counter. And second, I need a row counter for all the different whips that I'm working on at the same time. And usually that number is up to 4 whips at a time. And here in August, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be probably about 5 whips that I'm working on. So digital row counters do not work for me. Okay, where is it? I ran out of row counters because I used 4 row counters for project 4 or 5, and so I had to buy more row counters. Here we are. I keep a pack of row counters with me at all times now because I work on so many things at once. This was a spontaneous project. I was not supposed to work on this. This was not in the plans for August, but here we are working on a spontaneous project. So I expect that to happen a few more times during the month. I mean, it has already happened. Like I said, I'll talk to you guys about that yarn in just a second. So that was a question that wasn't written down, but there you go. So yeah, only these row counters on my fingers. No digital row counters. Yes, and then I'm so used to like having it on my finger and like if I move to a digital row counter, like I'll be pressing my finger on accident, thinking that I'm pressing my row counter. Anyway, okay, next question, I guess. This question says, I asked Mr. Bobbin the same question, but would you guys ever consider doing a crochet along? That would be, okay, that was it, okay. A crochet along, okay, so that would be awesome, first of all, but I need to figure out exactly what a crochet along is, because like when I see knit alongs and stuff like that, I see it like on Instagram and then like everyone posts their progress under a hashtag or something like that. But then I'm like, could you also do it online, like crochet along? And like I could do like live stream crochet alongs or something like that, because I am trying to implement live streams in my schedule now, starting after I am back from this trip on Saturdays and Sundays at 12 p.m. my time, PST or PDT, whichever one. So sounds like a great idea. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, and also how these like crochet knit alongs work, because I'm totally not sure at all. I need to do more research for that, but also let me know because that makes it easier. But I love to research, so I'll be researching it anyway, but I would also love to know. Thank you. All right, next question. What's your style / aesthetic? Oh my gosh. So when I saw this question, I was like, man, I really have to think about this, because honestly, I've just been home in sweats, like a sweatshirt and a sweatpants, a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and I haven't been able to explore my style much this year or last year. But when I thought about it, I'm like, honestly, my style is oversized anything. Like whenever I create my sweaters or tops, I like it to be oversized. Like oversized is just life. I like oversized tops with flared jeans and some tennis shoes, honestly. And then I'll have like a little dainty necklace and some rings. And I love dark colors, okay? Give me the blacks, the dark grays, the navy blues. All right, those colors, oh my gosh. Love them. I'm trying to branch out into like brighter colors, which you guys can probably see from what I've been creating. There have been lots of light colors and stuff like that, like this. Like I'm just trying to get into the light colors before fall and winter, because fall and winter will be all about those dark colors. Burgundy, oh, burgundy, like wine color. I love that. Love that so much. So yeah, that's my style / aesthetic. Oversized anything and dark colors. Yeah, dark colors. Forest greens. Is it forest greens or like moss green? Which one's darker? I'm not sure, but whichever green is darker. Like my favorite color is lime green, but I really love like the the mossy dark greens. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So yeah, that's my style slash aesthetic. If you see me in any like bright colors, that's me trying to branch out from, did I say dark colors or bright? If you see me in any bright colors, that's me trying to branch out from my dark color scheme. You guys should see, like in most of my videos, I'm wearing a black hoodie, and it seems like I'm wearing the same black hoodie. No, I have about 10 black hoodies alone, okay? I love black colors. Look, I'm wearing dark gray right now. I put on this red headband to bring some color. Headband? What is this, a bandana? I don't know. I'm wearing a red bandana to bring some light here. Some brightness here. Okay, so yeah. Next question. Do you sketch slash plan out your projects before starting? So I do not sketch my projects out before starting, but I am going to start doing that with my next projects that I'll be working on, and I'll be showing you guys that in my video. And okay, look, I don't draw, I don't sketch, but I will be doing that just to do something different, see if it sparks any more creativity in me and stuff. So yeah. And do I plan out my projects? I plan out my projects like a crazy person before I start. Like once I have some yarn, sometimes I know what project I'm going to be working on before I get the yarn. Wait, what? Sometimes, okay, yeah. Sometimes I know what project I'm going to be working on before I get the yarn, but sometimes I don't know what project I'm going to be working on, and I just buy yarn and then I just figure it out as I think about it more. It usually takes a few seconds to think about, and I usually come to the conclusion that I want to create a sweater. But it's like, what kind of sweater now? Do you want high neck, turtleneck, a v-neck, crew neck? Do you want long ribbing, short ribbing? Do you want slits on the sides, like at the bottom by the ribbing? Do you want it to be oversized? Do you want it to be true to size? What colors are you wanting? Like, do you want to do some tapestry crocheting in it? Do you want it to be solid? All of that pops in my head after I decide what sweater I want to make. So yeah, I love planning. Oh, I love planning so much. All right, next question. What inspired you to start writing? Favorite authors? Oh, that's it. What inspired me to start writing? I love when I get writing questions from like my crochet people, because writing is like my other life. So it's really great. Thank you for asking this question. What inspired me? Honestly, reading Twilight in 6th grade inspired me to start writing, because I'm like, if a story this simple and this good, like it's so simply good. Like there was nothing extra about it. It's just a human falls in love with a vampire, and then he tries to save her from all this stuff happening while she wants to be turned into a vampire. Like, are you kidding me? So simple, so awesome. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe I could write too. And I've always been into books. I've always been into like doodling and just like writing down some ideas, like if I were to ever write a book. And then, yeah, I started writing after that, on and off. And I was just like, yeah, I can do that. But I was like 10 or 11 also. And some of my favorite authors, I read a lot of James Patterson, Rick Riordan. I read Sarah Dessen. Yes, I was into YA romance. Crazy. I was young though, so understandable. I'm saying that because I'm not into YA romance now. Just because I'm an adult and I don't care to read about teenage love. I don't reminisce about that. I'm here for adult love. Thank you. And who else? Stephanie Meyer, of course. But yeah, I used to, oh my gosh, I read all of like the Percy Jackson Olympic books. Rick Riordan had so many great books. Oh my gosh. And then James Patterson, are you kidding me? He wrote so many great books. He wrote, what was that book called? What was it? Maximum Ride. Was it Maximum Ride? Oh my gosh, because I remember reading a graphic novel of that. Dude, I was in love. Maximum Ride. Yes! Oh my gosh. The Maximum Ride series, and then the Alex Cross series. I think that's what it was called. Let me see. Alex Cross. Yes, the Alex Cross series. Dude, James Patterson is such an amazing author. I need to get more of his books. He just has so many books. Like I would literally need an entire library just to fill his books. Like fill shelves with his books. I would need a whole entire library. So yeah, that's what got me into writing, and those were my favorite authors. I don't really have like a favorite author now just because I read so many books and I will not choose a favorite. I refuse to choose a favorite. I read so many books. And yeah, but those are my favorites and influential authors from when I was younger. And I love to reminisce about the old days, about reading, how many books I used to read, stories I would get into. Oh gosh, I love reading and writing. Just so amazing. Yeah. If you have any questions, if you have any more questions about writing or about reading and stuff, definitely ask me and we can have a whole conversation because I love talking about that. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Next. Would you rather stream on YouTube or Twitch? This was a great question because I literally did a poll like last week asking if you guys would rather watch people on stream live on Twitch or YouTube, and literally an overwhelming majority said YouTube. So, I mean, I was gonna stream on YouTube anyway, but I just wanted to know what you guys were thinking. And there were like over 100 votes, and you guys picked YouTube, so YouTube it is. I'm still gonna stream on Twitch at some point because I love Twitch as a platform, and that can be more of like a whoever wants to join can join. We can have a little intimate crochet session, just or knit along, you know. I don't knit, but you can knit while I crochet, you know. But for right now, I'm just gonna stick to YouTube and just figure out what I want to do from there. But I would rather stream on Twitch because there are so many perks. I mean, there are a lot of perks that come with like streaming on YouTube too, but like Twitch, I grew up on Twitch and I love Twitch and I've always wanted to stream on Twitch. So Twitch is it. But also my audience is on YouTube and I will respect that and give you guys streaming content on YouTube first. All right, not a question, but you should try making a granny square bag. Absolutely not. I'm not even going to get into that, but I do not like granny square anything. So I will not be making granny square anything. Sorry. Have you ever used hand-dyed yarn / will you ever crochet with hand-dyed yarns? Guys, I have to put my project down because this is what I've been waiting to talk about for so long now. Okay, so my sister, Kalila, Copy Callie, she got me into hand-dyed yarns, and I heard a lot about like once you start getting into hand-dyed yarns, you get addicted. It is so hard to not get hand-dyed yarns, and I literally experienced that the other day. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about hand-dyed yarns to this day, but it's only been like a day or two. Oh gosh. Anyway, so now I follow a bunch of hand dyers because of my sister, and one hand dyer that I follow, hers is called Red Door Fiber Studios. And I like to say Red Dwarfs because that's her name, Red Dwarfs, on Instagram, because it's like short for Red Door Fiber Studio. So it's Red Door FS, but I like to say Red Dwarfs. Anyway, her name is Kaye, and she is doing, I think she's doing it with Explorer Knits. Is that her name? Another hand dyer named Explorer Knits. Yeah, another hand dyer, Explorer Knits. She is collabing with her, I'm pretty sure them two are collabing, to do an ACOTAR themed yarn drop. ACOTAR is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a series by Sarah J. Maas. I absolutely love it. I'm about to read it all over again because that series got me out of my reading slump. If you guys don't know what a reading slump is, it's just when you just have no urge to read anything really. And it's even when you try to get into reading again, it's kind of hard to get into reading. And so I was kind of in a little reading slump. But ACOTAR got me right out of my slump. I am now diving headfirst into other books and it's just amazing. So I love that series. They're coming out with yarn inspired by by the series, like the colors and stuff like that. And I am so excited. It is dropping on my birthday, September 12th. So that's going to be a birthday present to myself. When I tell you, I'm going to have both of their websites pulled up because I'm not sure right now whose website it'll be on. I'm going to have it pulled up and I'm buying that yarn. I'm buying sweater quantity because I always need sweater quantity because I make sweaters. So, whew. Anyway, this is not the reason why I started saying this, but I just had to put this in here because yes. Yes. Anyway, so, okay. I was telling you guys this because Kate, Red Door Fiber Studio, she actually made like some trial yarns. I think she did like 5 trials and she was like, hey, I'm just selling the trials that I made. And that yarn, so beautiful. So I literally looked at her, usually her stuff sells out immediately. And I looked at her story, like it was like 14 minutes after she posted. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to get that. And I don't usually mess with fingering weight yarn, you guys, but I'm going to start getting into fingering weight yarn and I'm going to be using my 4mm hook. Like, see, I was telling you guys about this earlier that I might be using it and this is why. Okay, I had to wait until now to tell you guys all of this. So my camera is about to stop, but oh well. No, okay, all right. So yeah, fingering weight. I'm gonna get into that and I'm so excited to film a video because, okay, what made me decide to actually buy the fingering weight yarn is because I was like, if you are able to work with lace weight yarn, you can get fingering weight yarn, get over that, and just use your smaller hooks. I was like, you're right, okay? So, ooh, my face is like oily and dry at the same time. So like literally right here will get oily after my glasses. I've been sitting here for a while and anyway, okay. And so I bought her, she had 5 trials. I bought trial 1. Okay. I don't know why I'm trying to guess when I can literally go to my phone. I do that all the time. Okay. I bought trials 1, 2, and 4. My sister, no, she had 4 trials. No, okay. So I bought 1, 2, and 4, and then 5 and 3 sold out. If she had 5, 2 sold out. If she had 4, 1 sold out, and I bought the rest. I was like, I'm not letting this yarn slip through my fingers. Like, I want the trials, and then I'm getting the real deal as well. I'm so happy that I did. So I'll be showing you guys that yarn whenever I get it. When I tell you, I cannot wait to feel that yarn. I can't wait to see it. I'll be creating, this is another spontaneous project. I will be creating a sweater out of it. And oh my gosh, so I got sweater quantity for 1 and I'm going to be giving, so I got 5 hanks for 1. I got 5 hanks of another, which I'm going to give to Malika. And then I got 3 hanks of another one. And I'm going to be using that one color to make the sleeves and a ribbing and a collar. And I'm going to use the others to make the panels and stuff. I am so excited for this. And it's going to be like my first project using hand-dyed yarn. So to answer the question, after going around and around and around, yes, I will be crocheting with hand-dyed yarns. I am getting into hand-dyed yarns and I'm just so excited. I haven't seen, like, I looked on YouTube for videos of people crocheting with hand-dyed yarns, like crocheting a sweater, specifically sweaters. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about specifically sweaters, and I couldn't find anything. I could not find anything, and I kept scrolling. I was like, has no one documented themselves making a sweater from hand-dyed yarns? Like crocheting a sweater? I will I will be the one to put a video out there, you guys. So no worries. Crochet with Kaye is here, and I will document myself crocheting with fingering weight yarn for the first time, crocheting with hand-dyed yarn for the first time, and something else for the first time. I forgot. And yeah, I had to put my project down to tell you guys all of that because I have been waiting to tell you guys. You guys, I look forward to my podcasts every single week, like every week. This is why I do it every week, because something always pops up and I always have like spontaneous projects, and I'm always ready to tell you guys something. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. And then when I get this new yarn, like instead of doing a bunch of yarn hauls, I can just show you guys in my podcast. Okay. Anyway, next question. How tall are you? I am 5'8". Let me know down below how tall you thought I was, okay? And if you thought I would be tall, because I'm 5'8". When I put on heels, I am 6 feet tall, guys. And I love being tall. I love my height so much. It's so great. I love being tall. So yeah, let me know down below how tall you thought I was, because that would be nice to know. Because when I did a poll on like how old I was, because I'm 23, and I did like 23 and 26 for the options, someone was like so flabbergasted that I was 23. They thought I was 26. I'm like, okay, maturity showing. Okay, she thought I was older. Unless she just thinks I look old, you know, and it has nothing to do with maturity, which, you know, that's totally fine too. I don't mind looking old. I love getting older. Not a problem. Anyway. Yeah, it's just funny. Last question. Let me just put this up because last question. All right. Do you plan ahead of time or project by project? Well, if you guys heard me earlier, you should already know I love planning ahead. I love planning. Like, planning is my life. I plan so far ahead that I already have plans for what I'm crocheting in January of 2022. Okay? Like, this is not a game. I hate being unprepared and not knowing like what I'm gonna do. I love having any supplies that I need, aka yarn that I need for anything. And yeah, so September is all planned out already. November's all planned out. Like I said, I have until January. Honestly, I have... Okay, so I know what project I'm going to be working on. I know what project, like at least one project that I'm going to be working on until September of next year. Yeah, and I have it all written down. So like I have a project ready to work on, yarn and all. I know what yarn I'm going to be using and everything up until September of next year. So yeah, I do plan ahead of time, and I love planning ahead of time. It just brings me so much joy, satisfaction, and comfort knowing that I can always be productive and nothing will like catch me off guard, and I don't have to scramble or anything. So yeah, if you want to know more about being productive and stuff, I don't know. I don't know if I can give you tips because honestly, I just do it. But if you have any questions, you can ask me. I don't mind. But yeah, that was the last question, and I had so much fun answering these questions, honestly. I loved going on I can't speak. I loved going on my give me a second. I loved going on my hand-dyed yarn rant. I was trying to like say all of that together, so it was like hand-dyed. Anyway, that was great. I love talking about hand-dyed yarns, and you guys need to follow them if you can get your hands on hand-dyed yarn, get your hands on hand-dyed yarn. It's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to see more like this from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and like this video because it really helps me out. And also follow me on Instagram because I always have updates on any projects that I'm working on and honestly anything in general. So follow me on Instagram and we will have a great time. And I'll see you guys in my next episode.